Aloha, everybody. This is Urotherapy training class number 42. And we've got students that are joined us, and we're going to get going here with the toast. Now, here's how we're going to do the toast. You could call it a toast. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm going to read a. Have you seen this book?
No,
Do you have a copy of this book?
I don't. But
Highly.
is it on Global Healing's
No,
research?
it's on Amazon. It's on my
Okay.
Amazon books. Is this reverse or do you see it correctly?
Oh, I see it correctly.
Okay. This is the book that got started in my book writing on urine therapy and kick-started my worldwide internet tour of being a talker about the subject. So this we're going to read from this book today. The other book, which you may have already,
Yes, I have that one.
is it you have paperback or digital?
Oh, it doesn't want to focus. There we go. I have paper. I ordered mine on Amazon.
Excellent, excellent. So are you guys familiar what's called kirtan?
No.
Kirtan is chanting in
No.
it's spiritual devotional music or chanting in a group of people. And in kirtan style, one person calls it or he says a verse, and then everybody else repeats it.
Hmm.
Okay?
How do you spell that?
Kirtan. Where do you live?
Long Beach,
Long
California.
Beach. Just got to be groups out there. So just
That's
look
very
around.
good.
It's a terrific way to be in community, have spiritual practices, and raise your vibration.
Well, I've joined. In Long Beach. There's a an Om chanting circle that I started going to the last couple weeks.
Perfect.
Maybe something similar.
Very similar. Okay. So in this book, now this morning I'm going to show you all the books I have, the collection of urine therapy books, see which ones you know about, don't know about, or may want to know about, and show you all the different supplies and the devices and accessories that you can use, like the eye cup and the
Mm.
nebulizer,
Oh, cool.
right? And all kinds of things you're going to see. I'm going to show you, and then we'll move into the class at that point. Anytime you want to stop and throw questions this way, we can do that too.
Sweet.
Okay? All right. This is the Sacred Water Prayer, Native American prayer, and it goes like this. I take this water of life.
I take this water of life. Are we repeating you?
That's Kirtan style, kids. Yes. We'll try again. I take this water of life.
I take this
I
water of
take this
life.
water of life.
This is going to be a great class. I can feel it. All right. I declare it the water of light.
I declare it the water of
I
light.
declare the water of life.
Wow, yours is delayed, Pearl, when you finally your words get through. Okay. As I bring this water within this body,
As I bring this water within this
As I
body,
bring this water within this body,
it allows me to glow.
it allows me to glow.
I
it
take this,
allows me to glow.
thank you. I take this water of light.
I take this water of light.
I
I
declare,
take this water of life.
I declare it the water of God.
I declare it the water of God.
I declare the water of God.
I am the master of all that I do and all that I am.
I am the master of all that I do and all that I
I am
am.
the master of all that I do and all that I am.
So be it.
So be it.
Mm. Ah, Pearl, where'd you go, girl? Where's our Pearl friend? Pearl, your screen froze. Your screen froze. You see that? Pearl, your screen froze. You might have to change the setting or jump off, jump on. I'm not sure how to correct it.
Okay, am I back now?
That's better.
You're back. Yeah. We need to watch you in real time. Okay, guys. Any questions before we get jumping on things?
Nope.
All
No.
right.
How am I on camera? Is it good? The
Right
reception?
right now, you're great.
Okay, good.
You look like a real person in motion.
Thank you. I am real.
It's been confirmed by two other humans that Pearl's the real deal. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. Some of the books you've heard about and seen. Here's one of them.
Mhm.
You seen this one, Pearl?
No, I never seen that one before, but who is that by?
Martha Christie.
Martha Christie.
Came out in 1994. Martha Christie. And she's got some great, for the people who need this kind of stuff, evidence, science,
Yeah.
Right,
medical proof for the people who don't get it directly from their direct experience. Okay.
right.
The book that was my urine therapy Bible was The Golden Fountain by Cohen Vanderkroon.
That was my first book.
And then 10 years later, they used a new cover and changed it to this.
That's the one that I have.
And that was my Bible. I studied, I studied, I studied, but it wasn't the thing that set me off. It's not the thing that lit my fire. It wasn't until I got my hands on this book,
Oh,
The Secrets of Youthing, was by one of my spiritual mentors and teachers, Leonard Orr. And he healed dementia, Alzheimer's, senility. He healed all kinds of incurables using urine therapy. And the thing that stood out for me is that he was a devotee of Babaji, also known
oh,
as Shiva. And so my mind connected Shiva with Leonard with me, and it was like it was a God thing. I was supposed to do this because the heavy hitters in my world were using urine therapy, and I didn't have to do mental gymnastics to get to it.
yeah.
So that's that book. 1994, this book, Urotherapy, Martin Lara. He's still lecturing. He's out in New York. He's still talking about urine therapy and lecturing. Pearl's getting a yes. Okay. And there's this book, OMAD stands for one meal a day.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And his name is David. He forgot to put the dot after the D and the R. He's not a doctor, okay? FYI. You got that, Pearl? Now, many of these books you can either get the free PDF online or from Dr. Group. Um, However, I'm one of these old school guys, and I think you should honor living authors. And he was giving away my books for free on PDF, and I got down on him about that. And so, if you go to Zero Research website, my books are now live link.
Yes, and that's good. I agree with
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah. You got to get everybody straight on things. Harry Matadine was the first to bring aged urine, which I don't call aged urine, I call it evolving. And he wrote two books on the subject, and he started a chain reaction of people switching from fresh to evolved. That's our good friend out there in UK. Some of my books are in Spanish, French, German, Japanese, Portuguese. Right now, it's being translated into Hindi, and then we'll go into Tamil and maybe Chinese. Here's my book in Spanish. And then I decided that one of the key components, which we'll talk about in class, that makes it a lot more fun to discuss this subject with other people is a sense of humor. Because when you start telling people you drink your pee and you pee in your bathtub, you're going to have some sense of humor here. Okay. So,
100%.
so I came up with a whole new vocabulary for our worldwide community called the Piscabulary of Urinisms. And so you're going to discover words like utopia, orinomics, pissmark, orinology, piscateer. Okay, the book is unbelievable. It was a lot of fun to write it. And then put together one more book, which collaborated with the co-author in California. It's called A Fall into Water. And it's a way to teach kids and people about urine therapy with an adventure of this brother and sister without ever using the word urine in the book. So real quickly, sum it up. It's about a brother and a sister. They're sick. They're not feeling well. They can't seem to get their health together. The year is 2025. In their backyard is a well, and the well is always dry. One day, they're in the backyard. They noticed the well was full of water. While leaning over to look at the water in the well, they both fell into the well filled with water. When they came up out of the water, they were taken back to the year 1625. And in walking around, they discovered this whole population of people, or community of people that never aged, they never got sick, and they just were very active. They're 150 years old, working a garden, fixing a house. And little by little, when they got to know each other, it was revealed to her and him. Oh, you love the characters. The name of the characters in the book, her name is Golden, his name is Oren. How appropriate, right? And so
Hmm.
they learned that there's this water within us that has rejuvenating powers. And so they got their health back. But the dilemma they had was they felt a tug between staying in this nirvana blissful environment and going back to 2025 and telling the world the good news.
Right, right.
I
Wow.
won't give it away. So that's the book.
So, what is the name of this book?
I'll type it in here
Okay.
since we have typing skills now. A Fall into Water.
Okay.
It's on Amazon. It's on my bookshelf.
Oh, is that by you?
I'm the what do you call it? The producer, the editor.
Okay.
I helped him proofread, change some text around, and I was the assistant. And so it's an exciting book. I've got another book coming out this week or next week. You ready for the title?
Congratulations. Yeah. What is it
It's
called?
called Eternal You, A Beginner's Guide to Unlocking Physical Immortality.
Nice.
So we're going to unlock some of the consciousness on the planet for people to remember that our innate inheritance and our beginning, we are designed to live forever.
Mm-hmm.
But programming and corruption in consciousness. Well, anyway, that's a long story. Anyway, any questions so far? Okay, let's look at some of the items you can use for your practice. You know what that is?
I, what do you call it? An eyeglass cleaner?
Eye cup.
Eye cup.
Now, this and pretty much everything here is going to be at our one-stop shopping store.
Okay, great.
I'll tell you how that came to be. SHIVALIFESTYLE.com. God, I love my job. Okay.
Brother Save, what is Shiva?
I'll be right there.
Okay.
I'm also introducing you to, hold on, let's see if I can do this. Come on, baby. Light my fire. Okay. ShivaLifestyle.com is a one-stop shopping store. So if you need an eye cup, if you need an enema bag, if you need a tub for a foot soak, if you want a nebulizer, whatever, we put it all together and that's constantly being improved on. There's all kinds of other things on that website. You're going to look for a drop-down menu and you look for the word shop and you'll see all the fun stuff there. Now, Shivambu.org is our nonprofit organization that its mission is to educate. The mission is the spreading of education and awareness of urine therapy worldwide. And so we created a nonprofit in Boulder, Colorado. I'm in Kauai now, if you could tell. And we've been building the infrastructure for the worldwide movement. So we built Shivambu Hut, which is a one-of-a-kind social media platform that stays on topic. If you go to Facebook and these other ones, there's just some crazy bots who put in some perverted stuff and Bitcoin and all kinds of political stuff and going, we're staying on topic. Stay on topic. All right. So it's a free membership. There's currently 1,850 members. And there's content that I put on there, and there's content that the members put on there. They ask each other questions. It's a community.
It's on Facebook, you said?
No, you go to shivamu.org, look at the chat feed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it there, Pearl?
No, I didn't look yet, but I'm just listening to you. To
Okay,
the
well, you want to write all these down because once this is
Yeah, I
over.
wrote it down. I wrote it down. Shivambu.org and Shivambu Hut.
All right. So Shiva is the Hindu god, their Lord of the universe.
Oh, yes.
All right. Shivambu is the Hindi word for urine therapy. It literally translates to mean the water of Shiva. It also means the blood of the Lord. But in our case, it's the blood plasma. All right. You got to get that straight or people will think we're vampires.
Sweet.
It's the plasma. All right. And at brothersage.com, we have been putting together, and it's still there, the worldwide directory of urine therapy teachers. So if you want to see it or if you want to be listed on it, you go to brothersage.com. And at the top of the website, there's a drop down tab that says resources, and it's at the bottom of that list. So that's what the organization has done, and I've kept up doing worldwide conference calls and Q&As and these kind of classes. And what a ride. I write a book and my whole life flips from being a local practitioner to a guy teaching worldwide. So you never know where your life will go.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
so true. Yep.
All right, any questions before we do show and tell? None. I love you guys. Okay.
I have a question, but I think I'll ask it later on.
Oh, come on, hit us now.
Okay, how do you use aged urine? What are some of the ways to use aged urine?
Okay, let's go into that real quick. Aged urine, as some people know it as, I call it evolved and evolving urine. Urine is another word for urine. So if you hear me say that word was coined by Andrew Norton Weber in 2012 because he says that when the medical industry decided to hide our knowledge about urine therapy, they started demonizing and I'll go into the date when that all changed around so you get a historical reference there. He says urine sounds disgusting. And so he changed the word to ORIN, which he says is more inviting, more gentle, and more loving.
I agree.
Okay, so for evolving Orin, I'm still on track. I'm tracking with you. It must be this stuff. I don't know. It gives you magical powers.
Really.
So they say, yeah, I haven't experienced it yet.
Um,
I'm looking
you
forward.
haven't even had your first drink? Have you had
No,
your
no, yeah. I drink it and I drink it as much as I can. I just recently started like I guess you call it looping. So when I go to the bathroom, I'll drink it and every time I go, not every time I go to the bathroom, but I'm doing it often. And I just started that.
Okay. I think we may need to reframe that word because a lot of things that we do need some reframing. I still hear myself say this, and I hear other people going, "Well, I went to the bathroom to collect my urine." I'm going, "Yes, and you went to a room known as the bathroom." Anyway, that's just how I play with words. I'm a wordsmith, so bear with me. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Evolving Orin is basically anything that has been collected over a period of time. Now, I'm going to say this vaguely because there has never been a definitive measurement. I know people are trying to go, Dr. Group is going, it's 21 days is when you get the right stem cells, blah, blah. I said, show us the science. This is not about an exact date of measurement. The reason I say that, guys, is because the moment you collect it, it is already started into its evolving process.
Hmm.
It's a category unlike anything else. So, as we go deeper into this, you'll realize that it makes sense to the people who practice this, but it may not make sense to the scientific community. One guy was arguing with me on Facebook. He says, a living thing doesn't grow, it just stays where it is. I said, well, maybe in one category. He was also trying to convince me that this isn't sterile. I said, we're debating over somatics here. We're not going to. Anyway, so the moment you collect it, it starts to evolve. So whether you save it for 5 days, 21 days, 1 month, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, I know people with 20-year-old urine that's black as ever, high pH of 13, and it smells and tastes good. So evolved urine is what people use when they want more potent version of their urine, right? There's fresh and then there's evolved, which is a bump up. So if you want
Mm.
to treat skin conditions, liver conditions, foot soaks, etc., that seems to be the water of preference. And that's what I use a lot of. The fresh stuff you use for eye rinses and drinking because there's a sting for the last couple of seconds if you put evolved in your eyes or sniff it up your nose. So this is when most people are doing fresh. If you're doing an enema, I don't notice a sting, and that's all using enemas is the evolving. Pearl, did I answer your question?
No. So you said the fresh Orin is used for eye rinsing, and what was the second one you said?
Well, you can use it for everything else, but if you put
Oh,
the
and
evolving
drinking, you said drinking.
drinking eye and eyes, and some people may use it for everything, including
Yeah.
enemas.
Like putting it on your face. Oh, and enema too. Okay, so
Sniffing it. Sniffing it is really good.
fresh urine, sniffing it is
Mhm.
good.
Mhm. It
Okay.
helps with a lot of respiratory stuff, which we've been getting a lot out here lately. Um, Clears out your sinuses pretty well.
Okay, so I can put it in a neti pot and use it.
I mean, I just put it like this in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, you could do it in the shower anywhere. It's pretty
Mm-hmm.
simple. And then just,
Just
I've also seen a guy take it in a cup and like he's drinking, but at the
mm-hmm.
nose, and then do like multiple, like breathing in. So you breathe it in initially, and then two like quick ones to bring it up here. And he says it opens the pineal gland.
Yeah, so I would use it with my neti pot. I forgot what they call it, but that's Ayurveda. You
Oh
take the
yeah,
neti pot and then you put it
yeah,
up one nostril and it comes out the next
drains out.
nostril. Mm-hmm.
okay, now we're going to go a lot deeper into that, and I'm going to tell you about Samuel G. Cohen when we get to that part of the protocols in the class.
Cool.
So my question was,
This,
what are
this
some of
is
the
a
ways?
neti pot. That's a
Yeah,
neti pot.
I have one. Yeah.
It will drain this from nostril to nostril. It will not get high into the higher sinuses into the pineal gland.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I thought it
That's what
would.
this was made for draining from side to side.
Uh-huh.
Unless you're talented and you have some going in on one side and you can snort it up during that flow, you can try
Ah.
that.
Okay, so there's another technique that we can use to have it go to our brain.
Several. You'll learn them when we get to that part of the class.
Okay.
You guys are skipping steps. Come on.
Hey, we're ambitious.
I know. I love you. You're going to be on the directory in no time.
No, but I just wanted three things of how we can use evolved Orin. Three ways.
Oh, there's more than three ways.
Could you just in the beginning right now just give me three?
I would say for like starting off, enema, huge game changer. I'd say that's what I would add to my list if you're just starting off. Soaking the feet, I think is a really good one, and massage, like any kind of skin issues that you're having.
Yeah. Which I do have skin eruptions and I'm working on healing those skin eruptions that I have. But also
So I think enema is also a good combination with
that one, I know that there's some controversy between like using enema evolved orin to do an enema? And if so, I would need to know the proper way of doing it. Because I
You
was
can,
listening to someone and he was saying that it damages the mucus lining.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I started doing, so I watched doctor groups. I actually am in the global healing certification as well.
Hmm.
And I was watching him talk about doing the stem cell one. So like I saved mine. I did over 21 days. It's been a while now, but he says 60 cc's, which is not that much to do for enema. And yeah, that's what I
Do
have.
you dilute it?
that's 60 ml.
Not diluted because it's not that much.
Yeah, I have that.
It's
So
like this, it's maybe 2 ounces or so.
yeah, I was told 5 milliliters would be a good amount. I don't know how many cc's that is. It might be equivalent to 5 milliliters. But
I don't know.
like I said, I know you're familiar with hearing about like the controversy, Brother Sage, about whether to use age evolved Orin for enemas or not.
Mm. Yeah. Well, one of the things we're going to address in this course is um, myths and
Mhm.
theories. There's a lot of debunking I've had to do over the last 8 years, like the midstream theory. It's a theory, and I'll explain why that's not based on fact. That's based on ancient traditions and superstition. There's a lot of things that we have to unravel because, first of all, remember this. There are no side effects with urine therapy. There's no after effects, there's no downside effects. You can't hurt yourself, you can't get it wrong. And it's simpler than we've made it out to be because we tend to approach our health from the filter of the medical education, the medical way side of self healing. But we're living organisms, we're not machines. So, this is a very simple practice of a water that has intelligence that can analyze what's in the plasma and design a medicine and heal you. Okay. You'll learn when we get into the Shivamu wisdoms. One of the things it says in the wisdom chart is the only thing you cannot heal is what you believe you cannot heal. There are no incurables. That's a scam. Okay. So we want to be honest about the things we've been led to believe weren't so. As you can tell, since COVID hit, everybody wants to know, well, what's under that? What's real?
Yeah.
All right, Pearl, did I answer your questions?
I would also add in that for me, one of the books that was a huge game changer was John Armstrong's Water of Life. I feel like that one's really important because he also says collect all the urine and use it no matter what.
Yep.
And I do tend to agree with that concept too. I like that rather than being really overly careful about it. I think just kind of adds to some of people's hesitation to want to do it.
It's simple. Let's
I
keep it
just-
that way.
Okay, so when you're doing when you're using the enemas, so it would be fine if I just use 5 milliliters and I just took it from my mason jar of my evolved Orin and just inserted it into my rectum and that's it. And
If you're
how many days can I do it up to?
okay, well, looks like we're talking about Enemas right now. Okay. All right. There is a big difference between a 2 ounce and a quart size enema bag. These smaller versions, when people use these, are known as an implant or a basti if you live in Canada. BASTE. The difference is these will be absorbed and go inside the large intestines all the way up to the small intestines, et cetera, without you having to find a toilet. With these, you better be near a toilet. Okay? There is no set maximum days in a row that you can do enemas. I had a health challenge a couple years back and I put it to the test. I gave myself an enema every day for 2 years.
Which way were you using it, or were you alternating it? Were you using the box tea or the enema bag?
Enema bag.
Oh, okay.
All right. My definition of an enema is every time you fill up your body and then you release it in the toilet, that's a enema. If you don't use the bag, let me unscrew this so it's easier to show you. All right, this quart, this is about a quart and a half. All right, if all you can hold at one time because you got things that are stopping you from letting the water fill up into the large intestines, and you only get a third of the bag, that's an enema. All right.
Are
If you
you
can,
filling that whole bag up with evolved orin?
yeah, the entire bag. This is a quart and a half.
And you're not diluting it, huh?
I'm not diluting. You can dilute it if you want to. Full strength, you get more out of it.
Got you.
Okay, so whatever you can hold at that time, and once you filled up, let it stay in there as long as you can before you eliminate it. What I always get a kick at is these yogini 20, 30-year-old gals that are not only holding it in, but they're doing headstands for a half an hour. I'm
Yes.
going, I'm not wired like that. So do you understand kind of how this works?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We'll go into more detail when we get to the protocols section of our
And
class.
also, before we move on, I had a question for what's your name again?
Tibea.
Tabea?
Mhm.
That's
Yes.
nice. That's beautiful. How do you do your massages? So you spray it on there and you just start massaging, and how long do you stay, or where do you start? You start from top to bottom. How does that look?
I mean, I think it just depends. Like with fresh, I will just rub it all over my body, like until it is dried, like soaked in. And then I just leave it that way. But if I am using Evolved, it definitely has more of a smell.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't leave that on. I rinse that off.
How long do you like leave it on for? About like an hour or so?
No, I probably do it like right before I'm gonna shower, so that way I coordinate it. So I don't
Oh,
know.
so you do it
15
before
minutes.
you go in the shower and then you rinse it off with soap?
I just normal shower. But I mean, that's not a protocol. I'm just saying that that's how I've started it because I haven't done a whole lot of massage with evolved urine yet.
And how would you do your massage, Brother Sage?
I gave massages. I hosted two Shivamu retreats. Uh, one in 2020 in Oceanside, California, and another one a year later in Portland, Oregon. And everybody was into urine therapy. It was just a lovely group. And at one point, there was a gazebo in the backyard, and one of the students says, "Will you give me a massage? You can use my urine to massage her." All right, so we set up a massage table. We put a plastic cover over the massage table, a massage sheet over the plastic cover, and then you had the client, and then you had another sheet.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you learn really quickly when you're using Orin on a human body is that it does not have the viscosity or the same thickness as oil, as massage oil.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you go really slow, you're going to slip off their shoulders, you're going to slip off their muscles.
Mm.
You're dealing with a water substance. So
So
when
did you use Evolved when you gave that massage?
I used what she had, which was evolved.
Okay, and also, did they rinse it off of them or they left it on them?
Oh, she left it on.
Okay, so you can leave it on or you can wash it off, huh?
It's up to you.
Got you.
The ammonia smell evaporates over a period of time. And
Mm-hmm.
think about it. What the heck? We're all together as 14 urine therapy drinkers and practitioners. Nobody would be offended by anything.
Right, right. No. I had a friend, he came over and he drove like about an hour and a half away. And he came and he had all of his urine in his container, this like container, and he rolled it in and then he let me smell all of his urines, and some of them smelled like it had like a rose perfume smell. Some of them were wasn't as pleasant, but they smelled good, and I was like, wow, it smelled like a flower.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I was like, I can't believe I'm over here smelling your evolved orin. And yeah.
Well, the more we go into the class and the more you build this into your wellness lifestyle, you're going to open up to all kinds of different ways people use this water and also how couples share their experience with each other. I have two adopted kids out in North Carolina. Chitta Senna, have you heard of him? Matt Senna?
No.
Okay, him and his girlfriend, who's my adopted daughter and my adopted son, they have a loving relationship. And they tell me about how they share their water with each other. And it's just a joy to have a pea drinking family.
Yeah.
One of the things you're going to learn in the Shivamu wisdom chart is that this water has universal application and it works regardless of your considerations. So
Mhm.
it's not gender specific. A man and a woman can share each other's aura. A father and a son, an adult, a child, a healthy person, a sick person, a different race, a different species. It all works.
Mhm.
And
Universal, huh?
you'll hear testimonials about pet testimonials in this class. You'll learn about a 19-year-old with autism that got healed. Just all kinds of cool stuff.
Wow. It's amazing.
It is amazing, and I've been doing this practice since 1994, and
Wow.
I'm still in awe of how powerful this is. If you're, and I got all kinds of hints to share with you guys, like if you're going about your day and your brain doesn't quite track well and your creative juices aren't flowing and your mind is not really sharp, do what Tabia does. Just snort some up your nose.
Okay.
Brain comes back online. I mean, it's like magic.
I love that.
And
It comes back online.
this is legal.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not white powder from South America. There are people, by the way, who are drying this out in the sun and making white powder ormus gold.
Oh my goodness.
And so we can talk about that as well.
I took some of my urine and I mean some of my urine and I went to the library and I just sat them. I opened it up and I just sat them in the sun for like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
I heard that it helps to purify it and cleanse it and to get rid of that ammonia smell.
everything you want to do, first of all, it's an intuitive water. So anything you feel drawn to do with your water other than boiling it, I'm not a fan of boiling it.
Oh yeah, I heard of that. That how they said that it helps to make it more stronger, make it more potent when you boil it and reduce it down, which sounds very complicated for me. So I wouldn't want to do it. But why? What is your take on it? Why don't you do it?
I, I've been a raw foodist for 40 something years. And you know that those enzymes are sensitive.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if you cook anything over 115 degrees, you're going to take out the vitality, you're going to harm the enzymes,
Yep.
and not a good idea. However, some people decide we had the Portland event and Matt Chitta decided he was going to boil some on the stove. And I walked in there going, "What the hell are you doing?" "Oh yeah, put your head over this. This is like a sauna. This will be great."
Interesting.
So if you have an idea and it sounds creative, test it out.
I feel like in the Golden Fountain, they talk a lot about boiling it, but
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't really read it too many other places. I think other books do mention it. Um, I agree with you. Personally, I think heating it up is just counterintuitive.
Yeah.
we have a living water that's structured, it's bioavailable, it's ultrafiltered plasma water, it's got more nutritional density than a health food store, and
Mhm.
like drinking a health food store.
Yeah.
Okay, more show and tell. Let's keep going here because we got about 9:30, 10:30, we got an hour and a half. All right, you know what this is?
Foot bath?
What soaking bucket?
It says, yeah. So you can look for brands like Tupperware, Rubbermaid. Some people use a Pyrex, glass Pyrex cooking dish. You just got to be deep enough so you're not only both your feet will fit in here, but you
Right.
can cover your feet all the way up to the ankles
Okay.
because flexology, this is the pelvis area and reproductive organs in your
Okay.
Mm.
ankles and in your wrists.
So you said Rubbermaid. What was the other ones?
Tupperware.
Oh, it's called Upper or Tupper.
Tupperware. These are
Gotcha.
brands. If you go to the lifestyle store, you can pick one up. But
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that because I want to support in all the ways I can. So I'll get it from the website.
yeah, just so you know that it may be faster to just go to your.
Oh, that too. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty.
Okay, you ready? Just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Saw the neti pot. You saw the enema bag. All right. So, and you saw the eye cup.
Yes.
These are designed to fit right over the bone above and below the eye. All right. So,
Now, now, how do you use that? Do you take fresh or evolved, or does it matter?
fresh.
Oh, fresh only. So what happens if we use evolve? It'll burn our eyeballs out.
Oh, hell no. It'll sting for 3 or 4 seconds and it may turn you off to it.
Oh, right.
Let's hold this off until we get to that part of class, okay?
Okay.
All right, the bump up version, Tabea is gone off. That's okay.
Sorry, my sweatshirt was boiling.
No problem.
It got warm
All
out
right.
here.
So eye cups work one eye at a time. If you want to work both eyes at a time, you get yourself some swimming goggles.
Wow.
Oh,
Is
Sweet.
that cool or what? You can do
it
It
is.
both eyes at once and you can keep your eyes open.
is. Orin eyes.
Or an eyes. That's a new word. I like that word. That's good.
Is that on the website?
The new protocol, Orin eyes.
These,
Yeah.
well, you can buy them on our website, or what a lot of people do is they go to swimming pools and recreation centers and look at their lost and found.
Mm.
And you can get these free or go to a garage sale. I mean,
Three
you know,
ninety nine.
$3.99. Okay. This is a nebulizer. It's a handheld nebulizer. And
I
what
have
it
one of those.
it converts the urine, the urine into vapor and like a steam.
And you
So
inhale it, huh?
you can either inhale it in your mouth, your nose, or
Mm.
you can feather it over your eyes. You can exfoliate your face.
Okay.
We'll go into that when we get to that part of class. And these are nice because they're portable. I mean, the old school was when we diffused essential oils, and those were a lot bigger. You can kind of tell what generation I'm from. Okay. By the way, you notice my hair is dark?
Yes.
Not bad for a 71-year-old, huh?
Seriously,
Whoa.
no.
Impressive.
Yeah, well, I suck at aging, so I'm gonna I'm
I
gonna be
love that.
around. All right. Things you'll want to have
Okay.
pH paper, pH strips. Make sure you get the ones that are rated up to 14. Most of the ones at the stores are only up to 8. But when yours starts moving up to the 9, 10, 11, 12 alkaline range, you won't be able to measure it with those guys. Now, what I've done in classes, and I may or may not do it today, is I'll test mine so you guys could out me. You go, oh, does he practice what he preached? And I would test it, and almost every time it's between 9 and 10.
Really?
And that may be because I live off live foods and sprouts and living spirulina and juices and Shivamu.
So you think if you was to have like meat in your diet, it wouldn't be so high?
It would be more acidic
Mm-hmm.
because the nature of meat and dairy and carbohydrates is not only acidic, but it's also inflammatory and mucus forming and a lot of other things that aren't really necessarily good for the human body. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people that have somehow been converted to carnivore, even in the Shivambu community, and I wish them well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, they're not even considering the pain that the animal went through.
Right.
It is definitely a trend right now. I'm actually seeing a holistic doctor who put my daughter on a carnivore diet to help her gut issues. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not sure about this because I've always learned how to do, raw foods and juicing and detoxing other ways. So,
How old is your daughter?
pardon? How's
How
she
old
doing?
is your daughter?
Oh, she's 18.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're giving it some time to see. Like she has to see for herself.
Yeah,
Because I'm just
especially
like
at
the
that
crazy
age.
mom who drinks pee. So
Right, right. Who's gonna listen to you?
exactly.
All right, I might have shown this once. This is a soft silicone bulb, which you can find at any store in the kids department. They use it for ear cleaning.
Ah,
One of the things that I've always enjoyed over the years since my books came out is to look at objects differently than what they sell them for at the store.
Yeah.
So this was one of those objects. So you can find this in almost every major store, Safeway,
Like
Kroger's.
a nasal aspirator too for babies.
Mhm. Okay, got that?
yes.
This is called the nasaline, and we use this for getting urine up the nose.
Really? I never seen that one before.
Called the nasaline. It holds 60 milliliters.
Oh wait, can you back it up a little bit?
This way?
Yeah, come a little closer. Got it. Nasaline.
Is
And
there?
that's for 60 milliliters.
Yeah.
Milliliters.
Yeah.
And you say you use that to
I'll pop it up the nose, up the nostril. It takes a little getting used to, but it puts a lot more volume, crosses the blood-brain barrier. You want to be able to get up into the pineal gland, all the brain areas. You want to be able to access the five sinus areas. And what doesn't go up into the brain, you may know this, that there's a passageway behind the mouth that catches up with the throat. So when you snort it up here, you may not feel it in your mouth, but you swallow it down here.
Ooh. So, so
Welcome to
what's the
another.
difference between that and a neti pot? Is it
Ne-
not going to come out through the other nostril?
no, this only goes up one nostril.
Right, but is it not going to come out through the other side of the
So
nostril?
it's actually going into the sinus cavities, so that it's like actually moving up into your skull kind of more, rather
Mm.
than the neti pod's just going from side to side,
Right.
like fleshing that little part out.
Oh,
Whereas the
oh,
other one is
because
like,
you're like you have to shoot it up there, so you're making sure that it goes up. Like with the neti pot, it just goes like
It
okay,
drains from one side to the other side.
yeah, got you.
And neti pad, I mean, I want to put it down. Neti pot's been used for a long time with the Ayurvedic community
Right,
and the herbalists. And yeah, it has value. It just doesn't work for what we need it for.
right. I would use that with the salt water.
Okay, let's keep going. Two things you
Oh,
want to have.
where can I get the Nazaline from?
The nasaline,
Yeah.
Shiva Lifestyle.
the website.
And what about other places? Are there like other type of places, maybe like pharmacies that would sell that?
Maybe, maybe not of that brand. You'd have to go along either Amazon, Temu,
Mm.
eBay. You'd have to go online to find it.
Got you. Thank you so much.
We already have it at the Shiva Lifestyle
Yeah.
store.
Yeah, but I was just saying, just in case I didn't want to wait 3 weeks. Just kidding. But
Yeah,
yes.
you go where you got to go. Okay. All right, guys. Two things you want to have on you at all times is organic cotton balls.
Really?
You're either going to use them for spotting, hitting certain spots that are sore, that are scratched, that may be a wart, a liver spot. You can use it for a belly button soak, which we're going to learn about in class.
I
Uh,
started doing that.
these are very handy for real spot touch-ups.
Got you.
And then some people use the Q-tip for the ears, or they swab it inside the nose just so they can get the essence of it to come up into their head. Or you can use it for a spot treatment, whatever you want. So these two things are everywhere. Cotton balls, Q-tips.
Okay.
Sure to get organic.
Tongue scrapers.
Tongue scrapers. One either is curved and has teeth, or one looks like this that the dentists give away for free. And so when you have that film on your tongue and you want to clean it off, you dip it in the Orin and then you scrape it off. Got that?
Yes.
All right. These guys are very handy to have. One's a sprayer and one's a pump. It
Okay.
holds about an ounce, maybe. Now I'm really into this. So I've got one of these in the car that's 3 years and keeps evolving. And this is my first aid kit. If I'm out and about and you got a scratch and a cut, a bobo, a sunburn, or whatever it is, you pull it out, you apply it, you're covered. It's also useful for people in the public who have a really bad something going on and they're open to you putting your urine on them. That's what this is used for. And I've had several cases where people got cut and scratched and they knew about urine therapy but couldn't produce any at the moment. And I said, I'll run to my car. I got some.
That's cool.
So this is a great thing to have around.
What does it do for the cut? Does it cleanse it and does it help it heal faster? Both,
Everything.
huh?
Yeah, it's a great alternative to hydrogen peroxide
Mm-hmm. Got you.
because it's going to be putting all those stem cells in there so the skin cells regenerate a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that I actually used urine therapy for, because I had been reading about it for a while and kept hearing like little things that was like, okay, learn more about this. I couldn't drink it. But my first thing was I got pretty badly burned, like a second degree burn,
Mhm.
and I soaked it in my urine for the first time. Totally took the heat and the pain away, and I was like, okay, this is something to delve into a little bit more. And then actually, I continued to use it
Mhm.
to help it heal because it was kind of stalled healing. As soon
Mm-hmm.
as I started soaking again in the urine therapy, it healed pretty quickly. So
Wow.
I was kind of sold on it for that. That was like my gateway into doing it. And then a couple weeks later was January 1st, and I was like, all right, that's the new year, new me. I'm gonna drink it today. So yeah, anyway, burns really well.
Was that a sunburn or a fire burn?
It was a hot tea burn.
Heat burn, yeah.
Oh, was that
Gone
fresh
through.
or evolved that you used?
Fresh.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't really know a whole lot about it in terms
Right,
of
right, right. You
research,
did
but I
say.
was like, all right, I'm gonna do it right now. So I collected
Right.
it and
Mhm.
soaked it. It was pretty amazing.
Okay.
So your intuition is your guidance system, Pearl.
Yeah, I know.
If you have a
So
question about what to use and when to fast and when to do an enema and all kinds of things that you would normally reach out to a teacher for, you can access that information from your intuition.
yes, I totally, that's what I do. Um, what about drinking the aged Orin? Do you drink it?
Mhm.
How much do you drink it? You take like little sips?
It depends on what I'm feeling like. Some days I'll loop all day. Some days I'll drink a quart to 2 quarts. It all depends. I keep a container in the car between the two chairs. It's like a coffee cup size.
And that's evolved that you have.
What, in the car or right here in this
No,
room?
no, no. That you said a quart to 2 quarts. You're talking about evolved Orin, right?
Well, I would say it's evolved because it's been sitting around and it may not be a length of time that you would
Oh no,
think.
I'm talking about like because I have some 4 month old
Oh,
Orin.
yeah.
So how much of that would you drink
Once
throughout the
again, it's
day?
all up to you.
Okay, got
There's
you.
no set amount. If I tell you 8 ounces a day and you lock onto that, you might be
No, no,
missing.
no, no, no. I just wanted to know what's too much. I don't want to be getting high off over here.
I mean, I think for myself, like you automatically know when
Yeah,
you've had enough of it. Like
yeah.
there are some times where I'm like, not feeling this one.
I
And
haven't gotten to that point where I'm drinking where I've drank or even tasted the evolved yet. So I'm
yeah, me
working.
neither.
You will, and start off by baby stepping, which you're going to learn how to get newbies going. A baby step is just dip your finger in it and lick it off.
Okay.
See, what we're having to do is uneducate ourselves,
Right.
which is to create a new association, a positive association with your water, with your body, with
Mm.
your genitals, where a lot of things that messed us up about urine therapy or about being a sexual being was toilet training.
Mm.
Totally true.
Right? You got to wipe up. You don't
Gotta
want
wash your hands.
right. Don't go into a bathroom because there's germs everywhere. So that messed us up sexually as well because we thought our genitals weren't sacred, weren't beautiful. So you've got to create a new positive association.
Absolutely.
You got that? Okay. Get a dropper bottle, recycle another dropper bottle. So whenever you want to put drops in your mouth, in your ears, wherever you want to, this is just a label from another company, but you want a bottle with a dropper. Got it?
Are you putting like fresh or more so evolved?
Put in whatever you got, and it'll
Gotcha.
evolve. It'll evolve.
And then like I would do what my intuition is saying right now. It's like I can put that evolve that I have, it was like 4 months old, evolve, and then I can put it in a dropper and then like put it up under my tongue.
Yep.
Use it as like a tincture, huh?
You can use it as a tincture. Keep these things in your mouth as long as you can. When we get to the protocols, we're going to talk about swishing, gargling, and
Oh,
pulling.
just about that. Okay.
Right? This is a much superior way of pulling than coconut oil.
Oh,
Mm.
wow.
Right? You don't
And
have,
some people swallow it. Do you recommend swallowing it after you swish it in your mouth?
well, you probably know the answer to that question because the nature of Orin is to sterilize anything in its environment.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
If there's anything that people are concerned about in their mouth for teeth, their gums, their tongue, it's going to be sterilized and merged with the rest of the orin. So it's all orin. Swallow
Mm-hmm. Swallow it. Yep.
it,
Spit it out.
right?
Swallow it. Yeah.
People who spit it out don't get that it's sterilized first.
Right. Right.
Also, isn't it taking information back into your body of whatever is happening, like whatever it got in your mouth?
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that too.
Yeah, there's a communication system going on in our body. It's out of this world.
It's
Magical.
amazing.
Okay, a couple more things.
Yes.
A
Oh,
spray bottle. Keep it on the edge of the bathtub or somewhere near the shower. Whether you bathe or shower, you can either spray the front and back of your body, or what I do a lot is unscrew the top of it, pour some in your hands, and start knocking out protocols, your eyes, your nose, your ears, your belly button, wherever. And so while you're in there, you can do 5 or 6 protocols
yes.
in a
I
short period.
always just take it in my glass, whatever is like the nearest sample,
Yeah.
take it in the shower with me and yeah, it's in my hair, it's in my eyes, it's at my nose, yeah, all the things.
Any place you can reach. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, my preference, and this is up to you, is to have a. I know some people have an issue with plastic, but if you have glass in the shower and the bathroom, you don't want anything to break or be tipped accidentally. So you got to be careful. Okay. This came to me. This is the newest thing that came to my attention about 6 months ago. People use this as an essential oil roll-on,
Mm,
Yeah.
right? And on the top of it is a roller, prefer
Hmm.
nice.
ones that are metal and not plastic. So you know what to fill it in. Fill it up with your orange, and wherever you're out at any place. I'm in the library a lot here on Kauai because there's a lot of times I need a computer and printer, and I just need to get out of the house. So I'll be doing this while I'm in the library, and I feel like I'm a secret agent. Nobody knows what I'm doing.
Right.
I love
And there's a lot of things that you're going to do with this water that it's like your own little secret. Nobody knows that you have a big S under your shirt or your Wonder Woman.
That's cool.
Unless
So,
you watch this YouTube video.
so if you have one of these, try to get one that's not been used because it's kind of hard to clean out the essential oils. There's a company that I've been fortunate to work with. It's called P Sport.
Oh,
Wow, lucky you.
oh, that's so
And
cool.
it is
I
a
know.
bottle
That's for
that
girls.
it is. First of all,
Yay.
it expands
Nice.
and it
Okay,
has
this is what I keep thinking about, like on the
a
go.
funnel.
Nice.
So
Wow.
it's girl friendly.
Yep.
And when you're done with it, this top part unscrews and you can drink from the top of it.
Nice. That's super
Ah.
cool.
Okay, when you're done,
Is it silicone?
this is silicone.
Cool.
So where can we get that from? The website?
You can get it from me. Go to Brett. Let's see. Are you
That's super
connected on
cool.
my Facebook page?
Yeah.
No, I don't really use Facebook. I use Instagram.
Okay.
And
Well,
I joined the Shivambu Hut community.
oh, today?
Yeah, while you were talking about it, I popped in there real quick.
Quick.
Okay. I'm going to send you guys the link to the Peace Board.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's one of the things I always think about because like when you're out and about all day long, it's like you just don't get to collect unless, and I was thinking too, like how do you take a glass somewhere? Ideally it'd be in glass, but then you don't want people to see what you got necessarily. Especially
Yeah.
me, I'm in SoCal, people people are not
Well,
they're not
with this device, the women have more options.
yeah, and hiking too. I mean, that's so brilliant. I love that.
And then the other company which I was trying to work out a deal with is called Hideaway,
Oh, like a
and it
little UFO.
looks like a little spaceship.
Mm-hmm. What do you use that for? Same thing?
You open it up, and then it expands.
Huh, look
It
at
just
that.
doesn't have a funnel,
Cool beans. Huh.
and it's called the Hideaway. And I told them, guys, there's a whole market you're missing out. I can get you millions of customers. All I want you to do is make these in yellow and put on our slogan, urine therapy does the body good.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it.
And on the top, put our website. And
That's such a good idea.
told them I'll market the piss out of these things, and they couldn't get it. They turned it down.
Really. Bummer.
Bummer. What else am I missing? That's it. Now the nebulizer comes with face masks as well, so you can get your nose and mouth vaporized at the same time.
Okay.
Adult or child. Any questions?
Oh.
How do you shampoo your hair with Evolved?
What?
How do you shampoo your hair?
I don't use shampoo or conditioner. Shivamu is my all-in-one.
So when you use it, do you rinse it out or you leave it, or it's your choice?
I leave it in.
And you're using Evolve, like, so you would use like a 3 to 4 month or even something older and leave it in still? Wouldn't it have like a pungent odor to it?
It might or may not, depending on your diet.
Right.
And my housemate hasn't said anything.
Okay. So what's the oldest that you've used to wash your hair with it?
5-year-old. I've got somewhere between 3 and 5-year-olds here.
Okay, and you didn't rinse it out.
Didn't rinse it out,
Got you. And then
right?
can you let us know again what are the benefits of using Shivambu or Orin uh, for washing your hair? I know it brings back the color, it gets rid of the grays.
It makes it fuller. It
Makes
helps the follicles. It helps the scalp. It also is going to go into the brain to help brain issues.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have anybody who's got dementia, Alzheimer's, bipolar, ADD, ADHD,
Wow.
recommend a head massage, hair massage with oil.
Right, right. Yeah, because I can use it for my hair and I can also massage my scalp.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I have a
So
question, and I know this is going to be more like protocol related stuff, but for Alzheimer's, does it is it more effective caught early on? Is it still effective if it's like later stage?
As long as a person is breathing and above ground, you can reverse any disease, any condition.
Awesome. Okay.
But however, and this is what I'm doing almost every day coaching people, is A, you've got to drop your identity with the name of the disease the doctor told you you have. All right.
Mhm.
And then you got to get really determined and proactive to make lifestyle changes. Your diet, exercise, enemas, massages, hugs, nature, work on emotional well-being, positive mental attitude, spiritual practices. You got to do a holistic approach to really get your body as strong as you can.
Yeah, I mean, so how does that work with somebody who's not even like aware anymore, really?
They're going to need assistance,
Yeah.
either a family member or a friend or a caregiver who
Hmm.
is educated in this practice.
Mhm.
When we worked with the 19-year-old autistic kid, when his caregiver, who was my organizer, was working with him, he had the shaking and the rattling and the sudden bursts of sounds, and he didn't know how to collect his urine, so she was using hers
Okay.
till he figured it out. So you have to intervene and step in with people who are challenged.
Hmm. Interesting. Cool. That's
Since you,
awesome.
I had
yeah,
another question on when you're like filtering, do you filter your evolved Orin? I've seen people use a cheesecloth or just a tube where they were just like sucking out that Orin that's in the middle. So not at the bottom and not on the surface, just between those two.
and why do you think they were filtering it?
I don't know.
Well, you don't need to filter it unless you somehow have a negative association or offended by those floating things and substances, which are really concentrated nutrients and stem cells.
Ah.
Some people say it reminds them of the Skogie starter mushroom for kombucha. Right? And you have your option. You can stir it and use it or strain it and still use the rest of it. That's optional.
Or
I
you
think if you
can.
like shake it up, it's not as noticeable. It's because it's just like
Oh,
sediment on the bottom. You can tell that it's there, but if you shake it up, like
you could just drink it as is, huh?
I mean, I haven't done that yet. I've just been using it for the like the stem cell enema protocol. Well, I guess you're not really even calling it an enema because it's such a small amount
Implant,
Mhm.
yeah.
implant. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Did I answer your question, Pearl?
Yeah, for the most part. So you're saying that it's perfectly fine to use it as an implant with the syringe that I have, and inserting it into my rectum, just like that. Perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. Yeah. You
Got
might want
you.
may want to lubricate the tip of that thing, but yes,
Totally.
you don't want to hurt yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So those are all the nifty things that I have to show you, and there's other things that I could show you, but those are just fun things that I found when I would go to garage sales and places. I found this jacuzzi for the feet with reflexology bumps and bubbles. So you can have a Shivamu foot jacuzzi.
I love that. Good idea.
Good idea. Yeah, I found a garage sale. The woman says, I've had this for so long. Just give me a couple of bucks. And when you go to garage sales and you know how you would use it differently than how they would use it, you go, that's a treasure. That's going home.
Got a
Seriously.
deal.
So keep your eyes open for new things and new possibilities. Any questions?
How do you use it for ears? You just put it in your ears and let it sit in your ear, and then I guess let it drain out your ear.
You're going to tip your head to one side.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done eardrops in your ear?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Tip your head on one side. Squeeze the dropper, let it go down if you need to tug your earlobe so it goes down the eustachian tube a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it in there as long as you feel right, and then tip your head back and let it drain.
Okay. And what are the benefits of doing that?
What? Oh, the benefits are it helps your hearing.
It'll sharpen your hearing, huh?
I
It'll
think for
sharp.
everything, earwax, tinnitus, vertigo, earache, yeah, hearing.
Thank you.
I mean, it's in your manual too. I think you can even just do like the cotton and keep it in there overnight so that way it doesn't drain out onto your pillow or anything like that.
Oh, really? So you could leave it in there the whole night, huh?
This is medicine. This is not something that
Wow.
you. It also interconnects with the ears, the eyes, and the nose and the throat. So there's passageways that go all through
Yeah,
here.
that's
So
all
some of it
connected.
is going
Yeah.
to go everywhere. It's going to go into other regions.
Wow, wow, wow. So basically, what I got from today's class is that there's no wrong way to use it, and you can leave it on if you want. You can leave it in your ear. You can leave it wherever you apply it to. You can leave it, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the longer you use this and the more consistent, that's the trick is consistency.
Gotcha.
So you have to make a connection like this is your beloved because what you're working with is the essence of you. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't get more spiritual than that. You're working with the true part of you that wants to assist you in getting to back to the best version of you.
Yes.
So you have to make a connection that is like you wouldn't even think about skipping it any day. It's second nature, like taking a drink of water or going to the bathroom. You just, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of like doing right now. Every time I go to the bathroom, I'm just collecting it and looping it and I'm like, dang, if I use the bathroom and I don't collect it, I'm like, dang, man, I didn't collect it. I
E-sport. It's our new hack.
feel like I'm wasting it. It's like
I
literally
know.
always going down the drain. I'm like, no.
Well, that is a mindful thing. That you got to get used to that. Also, you keep in consideration when you're out and about and you're in a public bathroom. Are you going to collect it? Are you going to leave it in the toilet? Sometimes I'm going back and forth. I'm standing there doing my thing in front of the urinal, and I
Oh,
notice no one's in
that's
there. I'm just going collect, drink, collect, splatter, collect, da da.
Right, yeah, yeah.
that's true. I mean, I didn't think about it for men because women are always behind a door, but yeah, I hadn't thought about that if someone sees.
Well, I can go into the stall where the door
True.
closes and do all
Yeah.
that.
True.
I mean, I've been known to go into the bathroom on an airplane and take a bath and do all kinds of stuff in there and walk out refreshed and not affected by the fake air in the cabin.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
conditioned air, huh?
at one point, I was doing things I wouldn't recommend, like the headrest in front of you is where people have putting their head, and there's dandruff, and there's oils, and there's all kinds of body odors. I would put urine on the headrest in front of me,
To wipe it off.
yeah, just to give it some kind of a sanitation.
Right.
Sterilized.
And some blessings on it, huh?
I wouldn't recommend some of the things I do, but you get a little crazy of this, and you go, "What if I did that?
Mm-hmm.
What if I went to all the Catholic churches and changed out all their holy water?"
This part should not be on the recorded YouTubes.
Who knows? I got one of the classes that got kicked off YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
I've been in YouTube jail four
I
times.
believe it. I mean, that was so like the raw food people, that was happening to them like a couple years before COVID happened. And I kept wondering, like Matt Monarch from Raw Food World, he kept getting dinged. And all these raw foodie people were getting suspended or banned from YouTube leading up to COVID. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, now it makes sense because they don't want you to know that you can do simple things to heal yourself.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yep. And
So
Crazy.
how do you feel about mixing all of your evolved into one jar? Because I feel like I want to do that.
do it.
Now, I heard about like you don't want to use it if you start seeing like fungus and worms in it.
If you see larvae in it, or if you see anything that's not supposed to be in there, you've got to look for variables. Was there a hole in the lid? Did you cover the lid? Was it not airtight? Did something wiggle its way in there? I mean, you can't just give you I can't give you a pat answer for some of these things. You got to look at possibilities.
No, say I'm saying minus that, like take out that, like just bacteria and larvae probably like creating itself because the person is maybe toxic. I'm not even saying toxic, but like maybe their diet is really, really poor. So stuff like that can happen, right?
More than likely, it's the environment that the urine is collected in.
Oh.
If the jar has a leak in it, or if the jar was not thoroughly cleaned before you put in the Orin, I mean, there's different factors you have to consider. I wouldn't think that the Orin would produce those things.
Oh,
So
okay.
do you recommend leaving it with a cheesecloth on it then for a few days prior to sealing it with a lid? Because I know that's one of the things that I've been hearing about, is like let it sit with the cheesecloth, but no.
I let mine sit with the cheesecloth and I put a rubber band around it.
Mm.
All right. So once again, we're going to go back to this as a personal choice. I'm getting thirsty. This is such a great subject.
Like, get thirsty.
All right, let's go back to the basics. It sterilizes anything in its environment. So anything it touches is going to sterilize. The only reason people put on a cheesecloth or a sprouting bag or a nylon stocking or a coffee filter or whatever they got in the rubber band thing is that they think it needs to breathe.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's what I heard.
Well, what happens when you collect your Shivamu? What's at the top of there? Bubbles,
Mm.
That
oxygen.
means life. That means life.
So it doesn't need to breathe. That's our concept. Whether you want to put on a cheesecloth or screw on a lid, that's personal choice.
Mm.
However, if you have a lid, I'm going to aim you towards Shiva lifestyle again. If you have a lid that has a metal cap underneath it, the Shivambu might start cleaning it out and rust could land in your urine.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
we
interesting.
came across these alternatives where the top is made of wood and the inside is silicon.
Good idea.
And so as it goes in there, the urine can't touch metal in any way.
Oh, interesting. Because I do have mason jars with metal lids,
Yeah,
but
if you look,
I don't fill them all the way up to the top. But if it is like creating that, interesting. Okay, good to know.
and the other option, and I do that from time to time, is get a lid that's larger than the container and just drop it on there.
Okay.
Mhm. That's what I did too recently. And I use the plastic, but some people talk about, if you're using the plastic top, then you want to like air it out every so often because it can like break down the plastic particles and go inside the organ.
Well, that kind of reminds me of people who would ask the question, is it true you should never store your urine in plastic bottles? And it was Harry Matadine who asked me that on a conference call. I
Hmm.
said, listen, Harry, urine is more powerful than plastic.
Wow.
You live in a country and you cannot get your hands on glass bottles, and all you
Mhm.
have is recycled water bottles and milk cartons in some third world country. Yeah, that's what you're going to use.
Hmm.
I mean, even Dr. Group talked about distilled water, and he said it's better to get it in a plastic bottle because it'll take whatever the microplastics out with the distilled water. Like it flushes out the inorganic materials or minerals. So, yeah, he even suggests, so that goes along with what you're saying as well.
Interesting.
I love that because before I got my water distiller, I'd go buy bottled distilled water down at the store,
Hmm.
Yep.
and
Do
people
you
are
have
going,
do you have one that you recommend?
yeah, I'll send you a link.
I
It's
didn't mean
called,
to interrupt your story.
called Water Pure, and that's the one I use. I make a gallon every 3 days,
How long does it take you to make a gallon?
about 3 hours.
Hmm. That's not.
And the reason I like it is because it's not very big and it doesn't make a lot of noise, so you don't have to run it in the garage or someplace. I have it on the counter in the kitchen,
Mhm.
and a lot of those they make a whole lot of noise.
Okay.
Now, we had a student in the Q&A. Was it the Q&A? No, it was Anna Seahawk. It was Megan McDonald and Anna Seahawk interviewed me. Do you know though who they are?
Mhm.
Anyway, she's a naturopath
Megan.
and, and well-known urine therapy teacher in Canada. And Anna Seahawk is another podcaster. So Anna came up with plasma spirit water by distilling urine through a distiller. And I never heard of that before. So she would run it through part way and then put it all together, and it was very, very clear as water. And she
Wow.
says that was a bump up of regular drinking regular urine. So she distills her urine.
Interesting.
Isn't it already considered like fourth phase structured distilled kind of water?
It is.
Okay.
And the way we can prove this now, if you get these people who come into your life and they say, this is the best water to drink. It's alkaline water, it's reverse osmosis, it's charcoal filter, it's hydrogen water, which is the new thing. Ask them if they can confirm it's structured.
Hmm.
And how they do that is to zoom in with a high powered microscope to see the crystalline structure, to see the shapes and the symbols and the geometry. I see sacred geometry. And a great place to see these things, let me see if I can put this in there, is one of my students who's doing a phenomenal job with her microscope on Instagram. Messages in plasma. And what she's done is she's taken close-ups of the urine and showed us the shapes and the symbols and the colors, and there's a whole world going on in there.
That's cool. I want to see that. That's on Instagram, you said?
Fiona Gardner is her name. She's out in California.
Oh, cool.
She's kind of similar to some other people who are doing the same thing. I can't think of the other gal right now. Anyway, any
Yeah,
questions?
Dr. Group has Maria Chrysler. She's doing a lot of this stuff, but it's like a lot of the transhumanism stuff as well.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he asked me to come on the summit recently. I was busy typing away and making comments, and then I was called away with a client. And later on, someone said, he was calling for Brother Sage. He said, where are you? He's
I
my friend.
know.
What? Going, I must have been there energetically.
Yeah, definitely.
So him and I have done interviews together, and we're buddies, and that's great to be a colleague with him. So we're
Okay.
gonna go. We're gonna go over. We got another hour here. We're going to go over the Shivamu wisdom chart. The Shivamu wisdom chart, which I sent to you guys.
I didn't get a chance to print it, but I'll print it up today.
Thank you. And there's some things that I'm going to add that weren't on that original chart. The Shivambu wisdom chart is the important aspects of this water that it's a good idea to learn these things for not only for your own sake, but for people who will ask these kind of questions. And you can say, well, it's a universal panacea and it works for everybody. And it's an intuitive and it evolves and there's saturation dosing. And we're going to go over that right now. The very first thing, everybody take a breath. Really, the hippies were right back in the 70s. You can't get there from here. Oh. Once you arrive in here, that's the answer to everything. If you want to know what peace and tranquility and true prosperity is, live in the now. And you can tell when you talk to people what time frame they're in. Okay, number one on this list is it's an intuitive elixir. Now, since I'm not a fan of the medical community, I tend to not use the word medicine when talking
Mhm.
about Shivambu. So I may use the word panacea, elixir, remedy, anything other than the medicine word.
Right.
So, Brother Sage, I don't think I received the email with the handouts. I was just looking at our Instagram chat. Um, but and I know you sent me a couple. I'm trying to think. And I don't want to interrupt the class by,
It's okay, I can resend.
let me see if I can find it.
I sent charts.
Oh no. Oh, look.
You got
Okay. Never mind.
All right.
They
Delete,
just
delete.
got lost in some other things. My bad. Thank you.
You're doing a lot of cool stuff. Okay. For one, it's an intuitive elixir. And the reason we want to remember that is because you got the guidance system called your intuition. So you don't have to keep checking in with Brother Sage at 6 o'clock in the morning. I get people call me at 5:36 in the morning from Italy, from Japan, from England. What about this? And my 5-month-old child, I had this good girl and I could feel her voice shaky and I knew she was panicking. She reached out and I felt the need to take the call. And so we went into a coaching session and now she knows how to help her 5-month-old baby.
Yay.
So if you ever feel called to step into that position as a teacher or someone who can help people through their tough times with this water and with a good approach to lifestyle, we could use you on the planet.
Hmm.
And the benefits are far outweigh the money part.
That's what I'm in for. I'm in for the benefits.
Okay. Number one, it's an intuitive water. Number two, Shivamu works without following dogma, tradition, superstition, rules. There's no rules here. All right. You're not approaching this like the medical filter. This is you and your relationship with your body. And so you don't have to follow anybody's rules. If they say you have to do it a certain way, question it and go back to your intuition. It's the same thing with all the health gurus and all the influencers and all the podcasters who are getting everybody to agree with them. And that's fine. However, you have to find out what works for you.
Hmm.
Just don't be careful because there's a lot of people, they have a lot of information. I won't say names, and they're really good at selling and marketing. They're really good at getting your money every month on subscription. So, take those take those with a little discernment.
Where would I find that Shavambu chart? I'm looking at the emails. What would
It
it be under?
would be from me.
Yeah, is it the manual? The manual for UT?
Now, the manual is the book.
Okay. So,
We
how?
My email said first gifts for the UT course, and it's called Ancient Shivambu Wisdom.
No, I don't have that. I got one, two, three, four emails.
I don't know if we can upload pictures because I could upload it on the
I
chat when
just
we're.
sent it to you, Pearl, on Messenger.
Oh, you sent it to me on Messenger? Okie dokie. Thank you.
There's a lot of people in my age group, they have a really hard time with technology and the internet and chat GPT, and they're going, I don't want to know that stuff. That's just, no, that's too weird. And I've had to embrace it to be able to be able to communicate with greater skills to people on the planet. So someone knows, ask you where do you find something, and you know where it is in a few seconds, it's in their email box, that's a time saver.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay, number two, it alchemizes, this is number three. Shivambu alchemizes, sterilizes, or transforms anything it touches. The example I gave earlier is when you have oral health challenges, gum, tongue, teeth, bad breath, and you're gargling, it's already sterilized it, so swallow, don't spit.
Mm.
Earl.
got you.
Thank you. Thank you. By the way, you will notice and you will be just in love with the people in this community. The people in the Golden Water family worldwide, you've got something to talk about you don't talk to anybody else about, and there's a lot of bonding, a lot of friendships that's taking place. And so, yeah, stay with them.
I will. Thank you.
I think that is like one of the key pieces of it because I can feel some people out and talk to them about it, but it always seems like there's a line that you can't cross. Like you can just talk about it introductorily, but no deep dive. And it's frustrating because especially when you feel so passionate about it or you've had such like a transformation as a result of it and you want to share that.
Yeah,
Um,
you're all excited.
you get all excited and they're like, okay, stepping away.
I know,
Like,
like, okay, this is getting weird now. She's weird.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought you were my
I'm
friend.
comfortable. I'm really comfortable with being weird. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah,
But having the community, I think that's just like being able to embrace your weirdness completely, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Because sometimes it gets lonely.
Yes.
Well, you have the community, you have Brother Sage, you have whatever you need, to feel safe, comfortable, and as crazy as you want to get.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
All right. Shivamu works regardless of your consideration. I've already talked about this. It doesn't matter if it's a man's urine, a woman's, adult, a child, a sick person, a healthy person, a different race, a different species. One example I have is Doc Mike Whitford. He's a colleague and he's attended some of my events. And he's from Chicago. He's 82. He's been doing urine therapy for 25 years and he's still running around the world doing healings and working with people. And he says it doesn't matter the person is healthy or not. And so he proved it by drinking the water of his clients. Some of his clients had cancer, diabetes, all kinds of incurables. And he
Hmm.
did that to demonstrate that it had no ill effects on you.
Wow.
I did not know that.
I have had clients that had gonorrhea or blood
Wow.
in the urine with the UTI infection. They
Hmm.
drank it anyway, they got better.
Yeah.
It's just your mind.
Hmm.
You gotta see it in a different light. And so I follow his advice, and I've drank the water about 15 of my students in person.
Wow.
He's up to 50. He's an Olympian. And so it's universal application. It's an evolutionary, evolving, living, activated, structured water. We've already talked about how to determine if it has structure, and some of this comes from Andrew Norton Webber. Have you heard that word, that name?
You
No.
mentioned it earlier.
Andrew Norton Webber brought distilled water conversations and urine therapy conversations to the world up to 2012. And so he was saying there's four kinds of distilled water, urine, glacial water, and fruit juice.
Mm. Because those are all structured, huh?
They all have the structure if you zoom in on them.
Mm.
Andrew Norton Webber, he's the one who coined the word Orin,
Mm.
and he put together a urine therapy conference in 2012 in San Diego before he disappeared.
Oh, wow.
And his disappearance got everybody going down a different rabbit hole.
Oh my goodness. He disappeared, huh?
He disappeared, and everybody has a theory. It was this, it was that. He faked his death. He had to disappear. They were after him, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then one of our Q&A calls about 2 months ago, this guy gets on the call and says, oh, yeah, he's in North Carolina. I've been talking to him.
Oh,
Oh
sweet.
wow.
But he's still under the radar, but he's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, how do you spell his name? What's his name?
Andrew,
And then his last name?
middle name Norton, last name Weber with two B's.
To be.
Okay.
His
Thank
videos are on YouTube.
you. Okay. You want to check him out?
And his wife, Susie, is still out. She's a well-known artist.
Mhm.
That's neither here nor there. She's still out and about. All right, keep going here. Saturation dosing speeds up the healing process faster than just drinking it. Any idea what I mean by that? Saturation dosing?
So using it in a bunch of different protocols?
Include more topicals instead of just oral. The reason we want to do this is we want to be able to drive these nutrients to all the systems, all the organs, all the functions, and be able to assist the body in accelerating the timeline.
I mean, I learned about that with reading John Armstrong's book, talking about really long-term urine fastings that he would have his patients do, but how critical it was to do like extensive massaging with it so that it would reduce any feelings of hunger. And it seemed like some of the patients were on long-term, like 30 to I think like over 100 days for some of their illnesses that they were experiencing. But that book blew my mind because he was talking about gangrene and bringing like total health back within, like a week or some short amount of time. I was like, what the heck? I mean, that's powerful.
What book was that?
Water
It's
of life.
called, yeah, Water of Life.
Oh, I have that book. I
Yeah,
just got it. Okay,
that's one
cool.
of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I just got it.
But that's the one that led me to like, okay, I want what are the protocols? How do you do it? How do you know? Like, because he was very specific, but he also talked about breaking fasts differently too. He did talk about some meat. It was usually like fruit, apples, oranges, things like that. But he did also incorporate meat into some of those, um, yeah, eating programs that he did.
He
Mhm.
had people fast for 100 days and they healed their blindness.
Wow.
Wow.
And a lot of times that blindness, and we learned this from Dr. Sebi, who was doing
Yeah.
eye washes and he went blind for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got his vision back better than ever. He discovered mucus drains from the brain.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mucus,
just was watching about him. Yeah.
But I wonder, was he drinking his Orin? Yeah.
yeah, he was into urine therapy.
Oh, wow.
Did he talk about it? Because
He
he
talked,
talked to Dr. Sebi.
He didn't
yeah,
really talk about it.
you have to look around. There's reels about him and short videos. You just have to do some digging.
So I know he talked a lot about mucus, the mucusless diet, but when you talk about people disappearing, I mean, he was a prime example. I mean, you have so many naturopathic doctors, and Dr. Sebi is one of those people who was targeted because I mean, he was healing all these celebrities. People were tracking him down to get his guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
I mean, I'm even out here in Long Beach where like right down the street from me is where they got held the guy who shot Nipsey Hussle because Nipsey Hussle apparently was doing a documentary on Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, he was gonna bring him to the top, bring his information out into the world.
Yeah. So I
So
mean, it's not surprising that some people go into hiding because you don't do really any good being dead.
Right.
they also have Dr. Robert Young in prison in San Diego. And he was a guy who was a creator of the alkaline diet,
Really?
the pH Miracle book and the pH series. And they made up some charges. Some woman claimed, this, that, and the other thing. And he's serving a 1 year sentence and he got it reduced. It was going to be like 5 years. And he's got a lot of followers and a lot of people that love him that have been rooting for him.
I'm gonna check it out.
Dr. Robert O. Young out of California.
I mean, even with Dr. Group, if you look him up online, when you Google Dr. Group, it says he had some like urine therapy related emergency room debacle, and that's why you shouldn't trust him and you shouldn't be drinking your urine. I mean, there's so much, all the fact checking and disinformation. So
They did it to me too.
I believe
Let,
it.
hold on a second. I'm, I'm a personal assistant. All right, there are no incurable diseases. The word disease actually means lack of ease.
Yep.
There's basically, and I figured this out one day, there's only two reasons people get sick. It's either what you eat or what's eating you.
Mhm.
Mm.
I'm not
Ooh,
talking
Absolutely
hold
parasites.
true.
on.
I'm not talking about parasites. We're talking about emotions.
Yes. Or what's
Body takes a hit if you're not honest and you don't express your emotions.
That's what
Yeah.
happened when I was working a 9 to 5. I was getting sick because I wasn't able to express my emotions and how I felt, you know?
Yeah, and that's going to lead to respiratory conditions and throat
Yep.
issues. Not
Yeah, I couldn't even speak. I like my throat chakra was just
Mhm.
imbalanced. And Friday was the last day that I worked the 9 to 5, this past Friday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now I got to figure it out and I will.
Girl, I'm there. I'm so there. So my husband had cancer for 14 years
Mm,
and he trusted the medical standard of care, all of that kind of stuff for a long time. But then he supplemented with we were getting into a lot of metabolic therapies.
uh-huh.
But the what's eating you, that was him. Never fixed that part. And no matter what you do to, like, he looked like a picture of health. And he was very fit. He worked out all the time. He looked like a healthy person. He had cancer all throughout his skeleton. So, I mean, I think that's the key when you're talking to people. And I think that's also what urine therapy helps you do is that self-acceptance, the self-love. I mean, when I first started drinking it, I was looking at myself in the mirror and telling myself positive things and talking to the water to give me positive things and just asking for help and guidance. And I think that's what's one of the big parts of this type of therapy is all that inner work. What's eating you? When I saw that you had said that, it's like that's absolutely that's if you don't fix that part of it, you can do everything what sounds like the right way, and it's not going to matter.
Mhm. Yeah, it's the same with people who taken all the miracle pills and potions and lotions and supplements and red light therapy and this and the other thing, and they're not getting any better.
That's
That's
right. I mean, we had a frequency machine here. We had the ice. We were doing ice baths. I mean, we were doing everything, everything. I mean, and it was pretty brilliant too. He was very much ahead of the game. He was coming out with all this metabolic. We were doing metabolic oncology. We had a bunch of patients we were doing protocols with. But it didn't matter for him. He just kept going down. So
that,
anyway, I'm there too. I'm trying to figure it out because, like I said, I was in this metabolic oncology, but it's dealing with cancer patients for me at this point in my life. I dealt with it for too long. It's painful, it's a lot of suffering, and I want to be on the side of it where, you're helping people prevent it, you're helping people, take agency with themselves so they don't feel like they're dependent on these doctors who say you've got 2 months to live or some really irresponsible BS that
Mhm.
already programs their mind into I'm dying. So that's why I'm here. So I wish you the best on your new journey and for me too. I'm glad that we're here together doing it. It's super cool.
Thank you. Yeah, and you'll definitely be in my meditations.
Oh, thank you, Pearl. Appreciate
Yeah,
that. Same to
you're
you.
welcome. Thank you.
So the other key component of health and longevity is unraveling and deleting the death program because we weren't created with that. And
Mhm.
so it's been built into our society by big pharma and the guys who want to keep you uh, uh, in their midst, keep their hands on you. And so this is why my new book is timely coming out to release people from that. Because it doesn't matter what spiritual practices you have. It doesn't matter if you eat the most sacred living foods, raw foods, and you do all the right things, but unconsciously you hate yourself and you secretly are miserable and want to die. So that can squeeze the joy out of you and cut your life short.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can I have an amen?
Amen.
All right, last couple of things here. All right. Shivamu is a consciousness. It has a consciousness. You've
Mm.
heard the chiropractic term, we have innate intelligence. The body has innate intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, the great mystery that the Native Americans call it might be also tied into infinite intelligence, which our water has. I asked this question from the heavy hitters. Nobody's come back to me yet. And I can send you the link. In Canada, they came up with a study and they've confirmed they've identified 5,662 ingredients in human urine. So the question is this, and maybe you guys already picked up on this. If they've identified 5,662 ingredients in the urine, which means it once was plasma before it was filtered, did the plasma already have 5,662 ingredients in it prior to the kidneys filtering it, or did the kidneys, through the filtration process and analyzing the body, create all new ingredients to
Oh.
become the remedy?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say it
it had
created
to.
all new ingredients.
It had to because like kidney and bladder is like one of the easiest things to fix with urine therapy.
Yeah. So I asked the AI and Chat GBT, and they went the other direction.
Of course.
they said something else. So anyway, it's a great thing to realize how supernatural and how beyond uh, we are as beings and souls that we've been led to believe, and that we're getting to realize that, we're amazing creatures, and we're connected to source 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see that on here. Is that on here about Shivamu being like an intelligence?
No, I added it in my personal notes. The other thing I added is Shivambu is a category all unto itself.
Mm-hmm.
So when people try to fit it into their version of health and healing, it may not work for them.
Mm.
Got you.
So any questions? We got another 7 or 8 minutes. Any questions? Did you need any more clarification about anything we talked about today?
No, I don't think I do.
Oh,
Are you having fun in class?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. If you guys want to like reach out to each other and build a friendship and continue after classes are over, I urge you to do that. That's up to you.
Oh, for sure. Can I post in the chat? I'll put my Instagram. How do I do it?
Yeah, put it in there and Pearl, grab it before this gets taken over to Zoom.
okay.
I don't
Now,
have no hole. Let me pull it up. That's fine. Okay.
did you put it in the chat?
Not yet.
There's my Instagram and then
Detox with
Tabia.
Tabea.
Yes,
Tabia?
Tabea.
Tabea. Okay.
It's
I'll
a
get
tricky one. So if you say it
Tabea.
incorrectly, it's fine. I usually do correct people now. When I was younger, I would just be like, I don't want to talk about it.
Pearl, why don't you put yours in there as well?
I don't even know what it is. One second.
Oh, put your Facebook. Any way that Tabea can reach out to you.
Okay. I'll do my Instagram. I just gotta
I
see.
mean, I have my phone number too.
Yeah. I'll put my phone number.
Oh, you guys are rocking it.
Yeah. And then I can give you my Instagram in a little bit. I try to stay off of social media until I really have a need to come to use it, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, it's a brain suck.
And it really is. But it's our now and our future. So I
727-506-8991.
and then my name on Instagram is Holistic One. I'll just put that in there.
3948.
So I just graduated with my 2-year naturopathy certificate.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm into all of that like science stuff, like me getting like a microscope and putting the Urine up under there and just to see the structured water, and I want to learn more and just get into more with the structured water.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It has two C's.
Yes. You should be able to find me.
Hmm.
No?
So next class is coming up on Thursday.
Thursday. If you find me, mine's easy to find.
Wait, I got your number, so yeah, yours is easy to find. Yours is the detox with
Tabea.
Tabia.
Tabea, yeah.
Tabea. I'm gonna get it. I gotta say it like maybe 2 more times. Mhm.
Think of urea.
Right, there we
Oh,
go. You see how this is always popping up now in our life? This is gonna be so amazing.
I go take Latin dancing lessons. And
Hmm.
so then they always say Bea. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Oh, Bea. Oh, I
If that
knew
helps you
someone
remember
named,
it, the Bea, Tabea.
yeah, I knew someone named, her name was Beta. Beta. She was Panamanian.
Oh, oh, very
Mhm.
cool. Cool. This
So
is so much
now,
fun. Thank you.
between now and Thursday, write down questions that weren't addressed in this class.
I
Our
mean,
class.
I'm going through reading the book, and so far, I don't think I'm only like that much into it.
Ooh, that's a lot.
So, but
Which book is that you're reading?
the manual.
Oh yeah, I gotta get
Oh,
that
I'm
book.
all blurred. I have the blurry background, but
Where did you get that book from? Amazon?
yes.
Second edition.
Second
Oh,
edition?
Well, I may not say it on there, but the newest one just came out like in 2023.
Okay, what is it called?
The Manual for Urine Therapy Teachers.
Thank you.
oh, mine says 2020,
Yeah, that was that. It doesn't matter. The material's the same, but one is a little more modern.
but it says second edition on it too.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. Does it have a picture? Well, show me does it have this picture? Okay, that's the new one. That's it.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool.
This one was flagged by Amazon that said I don't have a copyright right to use it. And I thought it was public domain. So my publisher and I decided just
Um,
to buy the one you have now. So we have the rights to use it.
I have another book that has this picture on it, but I don't know if I've read that one yet.
That's not the same book?
Oh no, this is the book. This one. This is the
That's the
book.
book for the class
Right. That looked like the same book you just put down.
It's just Shiva and
of Arti.
Havarti.
Oh.
Did I say it right?
Of Arti, yeah.
Yeah.
Some people say poverty. So next week we're going to go through the history of this water. I'm going to teach you the difference between recorded history and oral history.
Mm.
People think this practice is 5,000 years old and it came out of India, and oral history is a lot older. And that explains why it's in 50 nations. We're going to go into that. We're going to go into research, clinical trials, what that's all about, what's in it, what part the mind, the body play together, what affects the color, and what part faith plays in using this water.
Ooh, that's a good one. What affects the color? I do have a question, but I'll leave it for Thursday. Perfect.
Are we gonna have like like not many, but are we gonna have like a short multiple choice like questions so that we can get good at this stuff? Because I want to start teaching this stuff.
Well, A, that's easy to put together, and B, talk to me privately if you want to move into the teaching position.
Okay.
Decide
Yeah.
you want to go international, I urge you to get listed
Yeah.
at the directory.
Okay.
There's fees involved, but you'll be right there. So if someone says, I need somebody in Long Beach, I need somebody out in da da da, da.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to travel and go to beautiful places
Me
and
too.
teach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you will.
Right? Totally.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much, Brother Sage. I appreciate your work, all of your work that you've been doing over the years. It's definitely a blessing to be learning under someone like you. So I
Mhm.
appreciate you.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
it is an honor. Thank you.
Hmm.
I love you and I love referrals. So if you want to shoot somebody my way, they want to learn or be coached. While I'm doing this, when my new book comes out, I'm not sure what direction I'm going to go because that's going to put me in a whole different um, place of teaching people spirituality and immortality.
Yeah,
Really?
that's so
Mhm.
cool.
So when is that book coming out?
Woo! What is today? Tuesday?
Hmm.
Slim chance this week, better chance next week.
Wow.
Wow. Congratulations on that too, man.
The
Woo!
publisher has it. We're doing the last proofread. Ah, I'll show you the cover. I'll show you the cover.
Let's see this. Do, 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 do.
Ah, she made it sound exciting.
I think you sent it to me.
I just sent it to Pearl.
Well, thank you. Wait, what did you send?
I sent you
Okay,
the
Cleo.
book.
Okay, Cleo.
Wow, the DNA.
It's what's so amazing, and I'll quit with this, is I was over at the library working on the book, and next to me at the computer next to me is a 10-year-old kid. It'll tell you how advanced that generation is. I said, I'd
Mm.
like your feedback on the cover of my upcoming book. He says, oh, that's amazing. You put the words behind the DNA. I'm going,
What?
a 10-year-old, he already knew.
That's cool.
All right, guys. cyber hug, and then we're off we go.
See you Thursday. Thanks.
Bye. Keep smiling.
Well,
Keep
Uh,
looping.
Bye.
aloha.
Hello.